Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, we are going to be covering for loop, range, continue, and break statement. What for loop does, it allows you to perform a repetitive task. So following is the general expression for your for loop right here. So let's understand this general expression through some examples. So let's say you want to print hello 4 times. Maybe you like to say hello that many number of times. So one way to do is you can type print hello, print hello, print hello, print hello. And when you run this, it's going to print hello 4 times. Well, this is a task you basically repeating yourself, right? So this is where your for loop can help you out. So here what I'm doing, I'm saying for I in, this is my syntax right here. For I in 0123 print hello. And as you can see, it's printing hello, 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 hello right there. By the way, where does this for loop begin and where does it end? So this indentation right here, this block is decided by the indentation. So when I run this, as you can see, it's printing hello and printing I'm trapped in a for loop at 4 different times. Okay, one, two, three, and 4 times. At the end, it prints I'm finished right here. Then at the end, it finishes right there. Okay, so the for loop actually begins over here and it ends wherever your indentation ends. So this is how your indentation of your for loop is decided. The block code of your for loop is decided. By the way, what is this variable iterate? What is this I over there? You notice as I over there, there was I over here, right? So what exactly that I is? It's an iterator. That's what the technical name is. So you can actually print the value I. So in this case, I'm printing my I value right here. For the value of I is right here. So I'm printing all my values, and you can see the value of I is 0, the value of I is 1, the value of I is 2, and 3. So whatever these numbers are in there, whatever the data is inside this list, it's gonna the I is gonna take this value. That's what's happening. So if I change this to, let's say, 9, if I change this to 9, as you can see, this is going to change to 9. Now it's going to start with the value of I is 9, the value of I is 1. Okay, it's basically going to take series of values. That's what's happening over here. Okay, so let's use I to print countdown and then lift off. Maybe we can use this to print a countdown message before, let's say, your rocket lifts off. So here, oops, here basically what I'm doing, I'm actually saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my list, and I'm typing print F using my F string. I'm saying countdown I, and then I'm saying I'm just typing hold your breath. So you see countdown 5, hold your breath, countdown 4, hold your breath, and all the way down, and then at the end lift off right here, lift off right here. So I can use this I, actually I can use the for loop with I inside my for loop to print some series of repetitive tasks where my, and also use iterator to our advantage, depending on your need. Okay, so let's perform some math on elements. Let's say you want to multiply all the elements by 3. Okay, so let's say these are the elements, and you want to multiply each one of them by 3. So you want to type 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, right? So you can use that too. So here, I'm iterating I in 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my list, and I'm actually using my string right here. Okay, so this is my F string. So using F string, I'm printing 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12 right here. So you see I is taking all these values. So if I change this to, let's say, maybe it's 9, right? So 1934, as you can see, it's going to change to 9 right here. And this is going to become 27. This right here is taking I multiplied by 3. And this can happen, this operation is permissible because that's the way this F string works. So whatever is inside the curly braces is going to get evaluated. Okay, so I run this. All right, now let's take a look at the range. So it's a very handy tool. So it's a function. What it does, it creates some numbers for you very quick. So let's say you want to create numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you want to multiply up to 20. So you would have to sit over here and type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to take a long time to write all the way up to 20. So what you can do, you can use your range. And what range does, it essentially creates the same numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. It's called generator, by the way. So range is a generator. What it does, it generates these numbers for you. In this case, I'm generating these numbers 1 to 4. By the way, is when you say range 1 comma 5, it does not generate the number 5. It's going to generate up to one number less than 5. So it's going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4, but not 5. Okay, and as you can see, it generated 1, 2, 3, 4. So one advantage of that is, let's say you want to create up to 20. So just type 20, 1 comma 20. Actually, 21. You want to say 1 comma 21 because you want to go up to 1 to 20. So when I run this, and you can see it generates my numbers for you. It goes from 1, 2, 3, all the way at the bottom to 20 right there. Okay. Then let's look at another step. We can do some multiplication, let's say with some 2, 7, 12, 17. So this is my list right here, 2, 7, 12, 17. Now if you look at this list, there's a pattern. It starts with 2 and it increments by 5 and it goes up to 17. So I can use my range over here. I can specify that start my number with 2, go up to 18, and my increment by 5. Okay, so this is your increment. This another word is step size. You're basically increasing your number by 5. So start with 2 and keep increasing by 5. So when I run this, it says 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 7, 3 times 12, and 3 times 17. You see that 2, 7, 12, 17. So this way I'm able to simulate these lists like which follows a certain pattern. Okay, I can also use range for a countdown. So in this case, I'm printing, I want maybe countdown 5, countdown 4, countdown 3, 2, 1, and then lift off at the end. So you specify your initial position, your 5, and this is 0. You can just start with 5, 0, and then minus 1 over here. What minus 1 is going to do, it's going to make it travel backwards. So this is going to create just going to generate a list of this one right here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so when I run this, and as you can see, it prints out countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it starts with 5, ends at 0, and it going backward. That's what's happening over here. Okay, you can print all the elements of a list with a meaningful message. So let's say this is a fruits. This is my list of the fruits, and maybe I want to write, I love fruits. So you can actually just iterate through each and every element of your list, and you can just using f string print I love E over here. E in this case is going to be mango, kiwi, cherry, fruit. So it's going to go through each one of them, and it's going to print series of these meaningful messages. Then there's a for with a break loop. So what break loop does, it immediately exits the loop even if some iterations are left. So let's understand this through some example. Let's say you have a list right here. Okay, this is my list right here. And let's say you're trying to find a number. You're trying to find number, does it exist in a list? And once you find the number, then you exit the loop after finding the 7 in a list of numbers. In other words, once you find the 7, which is right there, you just exit the loop. You really don't need to search over here anymore because you have found your 7, right? So this is where your break comes. It actually helps you perform these types of logics over here. So I'm actually saying for I in numbers, I'm iterating through these numbers, and I'm writing a little helpful message over here, checking I. So it's gonna okay, it's gonna say checking each one of the i's. So checking 5, checking 23, okay, checking 23, then checking 7, then checking 7. Then over here is checking, is also using an if condition over here. So if my I becomes equal to 7, okay, anytime my I becomes 7 over here, it's gonna print this message, found target exiting the for loop, and then break. So what break is gonna do, it's going to just make it quit right there. It's going to make it exit the loop. So it's not going to go through the rest of the entries. So as you can see, it says found target exiting the for loop right here. It has exited the loop. So it did not even it did not went through this at all. By the way, if you remove the break statement, then you'll see that now it's going to go through every single element, regardless of this whether it found 7 or not. So as you can see right here, it says if I equal to 7, it prints this message. Okay, when it found the 7, found the target. Although it says exiting the for loop, right, brings the message, but then I have disabled the break, so it does not break the loop. It's gonna keep going to the next entry, which is 3, 65, 16. So as you can see, it's printing checking 3, checking 65, checking 16, and so on and so forth. Putting back break again. Now if I run this, as you can see, it found the target right there and then exited the for loop. So it did not went through the rest of the list. Okay, then there is a for with continue. So what continue does, it skips the rest of the current loop iteration and moves to the next iteration. So let's understand this through an example. Let's say you want to print all the numbers except 65. So you have these numbers right here. You want to print all these numbers, but anytime when you see 65, this one and this one, do not print that. And this is what I want. So let's say you see it's printing number 5, is printing number 23, is printing number 8, number 3, but it is not printing 65. You see 65 there, it's just saying skipping number 65. Then it prints number 16, then again it skips number 65, which is right here. Then it says number 14 and number 3. So it prints all these messages except 65. It just says skipping 65. So the way I'm able to do this thing, I'm actually iterating through the numbers, and I'm checking if my number equal to 65. Then I'm gonna type this message, skipping number 65, and continue. Continue means go back to the top of the loop again. Do not go next line. Don't go even further after that. So it sees 65, it goes back on top. Otherwise, if it doesn't see, it does not see 65, it's gonna print this statement right here, number I, whatever this I is. So that's what's happening over here. By the way, if I disable this continue, okay, now you're gonna see it's gonna type over here. You're gonna see a message number 65 over here and also number 65 over here. So if I run this, as you can see, you see it wrote number 65, although it says number 65 right here, skipping number 65, but because I have disabled that, it's still now it's gonna go to the next line right here. It's gonna execute this line of code. So number 65 and number 65. But if I enable this line of code now and I hit continue, okay, then nope. Now if I hit continue right there and I run this again, and now you can see it's gonna say skipping number 65, but it's gonna print 16 because it does not come over here. It goes straight on the top and runs this loop. All right, so I hope this helps, gentlemen. Thank you.